right, guys. First of all, this is a series, five-part series, video series, sponsored by Diversity, Equity, and Poverty. I'd like to thank Diversity, Equity, and Poverty and giving me this opportunity to do these instructional chess videos for everybody. Strongly encourage everybody. Well, I strongly encourage parents to call the Board of Education and connect with Diversity, Equity, and Poverty, see what programs they offer. They offer some outstanding programs, particularly during the summer. They offer some great summer programs, and they do offer some outstanding after-school programs too. So call the Board of Education and learn about get connected to the Diversity, Equity, and Poverty and learn about what they offer. This first video is going to focus on this website called LiChess.org. I'm going to be assuming a lot, so you'll need to refer back to your chess coach, some things that you don't understand. And there are also some things that is going to require some elaboration. Again, get back to your chess coach, and they'll fill in the gaps, so to speak. But this, again, is LiChess.org. It's free. You go to it, and I'm going to show you some things here like I've now got it on play. Here at Learn, this is at the upper left-hand corner. Watch, Community, Tools. We're going to go to Learn. Then you go down here, Basics, Chess Basics. It's okay on teaching chess basics, but I would strongly encourage you to make sure that that what you're learning is correct. What you're learning would be correct, but your chess coach is just able to better teach you the nuances of the chess basics. And the chess coach knows where you're at and how better to communicate some of these concepts. Then we got puzzles, practice, coordinate study, coaches. We're going to go to puzzles. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go to puzzles. And a lot of times my students, they want to immediately start playing the computer. They enjoy playing the computer, and that's fine. But you got to learn tactics and strategy, and the best way to learn that is with puzzles. You also have to learn things like what we call visualization, how to look at the whole board, how to analyze, how to sort of think 2-3 moves ahead. Puzzles really help you to do that. Puzzles really help you better understand in practice the strengths and weaknesses of every piece. Puzzles better help you understand if you're in the open game phase, the middle game phase, the end game phase, and what you need to be doing in each, different things you need to be doing in each phase. Puzzles, puzzles, puzzles. I one time spoke with a grandmaster, Maurice Ashley, and I said, Grandmaster, what are some things I can do to help my team improve? And he said 3 things to me: puzzles, puzzles, puzzles. Make sure they study as many puzzles as possible. So I want to say to my students, and do those puzzles. Do online puzzles, and you can also do what we call paper puzzles. In other words, you can go to your coach, and he'll have some puzzles on paper, and you can do them. Do those puzzles, do them as individually, do them in a small group, then write down the solutions, and then present them, give them to your coach, and your coach will present them to the whole class. And you guys can engage in a real good discussion about the puzzles. Let's look here at LiChess puzzles. I'm going to hit that. All right. And as you can see, these puzzles are from real games that actually happens, because you look here to the right, from game such and such. It was a blitz game. It was rated, and here are the 2 opponents. One was ranked over 1,800, and the other one was ranked over 2,100. The 1,800 player was playing white. The 2,100 player was playing black. And look what it says here. It actually gives you the annotation of the whole game up to the 26th move. So it says black did queen d6. And again, if you don't know algebraic notation, you really need to get with your coach and have your coach teach that. Very important. But the queen goes to, black queen goes to d6. Here's what the puzzle is. Look here. Your turn. Find the best move for white. Find the best move for white. So let's just sort of look here. This is called, we want to look at the whole board. And what we mean by that is that we want to see where every piece is located. We want to see where the black pieces are located. We want to see where the white pieces are located. Then you want to sort of give yourself a quick, not a quick, but an analysis of, how are things looking? Black just made that move. Is there any piece that black is threatening? Do I have undefended pieces? Is black threatening my king in any way? Are there some pieces I can get of, if you're playing white, is white's move? Are there some pieces you can get? You got to know your tactics. Double attack, double check, pins. All right, so I'm trying to think out loud, but at the same time trying to figure out what would I do, find the best move for white. And right offhand, I'm not seeing anything. So what I'm going to do is just take a guess, and you're going to see how this site deals with that. I'm going to do this. So I hit on the piece I wanted to move, which is the pawn here. Move there. It said puzzle failed, so that wasn't the right move. I didn't do the right thing. I guess the other thing I could do is move there. That wasn't the right move. So now I'm going to go here. Puzzle failed. I made 2 attempts. They didn't come through. So I'm going to look at, see where it says view the solution. I'm going to hit on that. So they're saying I should have gone there. Okay, it's not bad. The knight goes there, protected by the pawn. Black's not going to take. So look what you've done. You've created a knight fork. See where the knight is? The knight moved to b7. White knight moved to b7. What's it doing? It's threatening 2 pieces at the same time. That's called a knight fork. That's a tactic called a knight fork. It's threatening the queen and the rook at the same time. Now, you could capture with the rook, but then, boom, white's going to take it with the pawn. So no matter what happens here, white's moved ahead. Now, it gives me a rating. Look here where it says here, your puzzle rating is to the left here. It was at 1638, and I just lost 12 points because I didn't get it. So, all right, well, I'm going to go on to another training. All right. Same thing here, guys. White move, find the best move for black. Okay, let's try to see what the best move for black is. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move, first of all, look at the whole situation. I have a tendency to count. This is pretty much the end game. That's my weakest. Out of the 3 phases of the chess game, my weakest is the end game. So I have a tendency to take my time with the end game. I like to count my pawns. He's got 5 pawns. I got 5 pawns as black. He's got 4, 2 rooks. I got 2 rooks. He's got a bishop. I got a bishop. So you may think, right offhand, it's even. But there's not a whole lot I can do with my pawns. They can give me any particular advantage. So what about some good tactics? Oh, I see a good tactic here. See that bishop there? I'm going to hit on it. I'm going to go right there. And they said best move. Well, why was that? Well, what happened was, this is called a skewer. The only forced move in chess is a check. So I put my bishop right there, put him in check. The king couldn't take because he's protected by the rook. The king could not take the bishop because he's protected by the rook. He couldn't block the check. So he can't, the only 3 ways to get out of check, capture, block, or move. The king was forced to move. And in being forced to move, this is a skewer. Boom. My bishop got that rook. That's a skewer. So, and the computer's telling me, yep, success. And now I gained 10 points from that puzzle. Now I'm back up as far as my puzzle rating, 1648. Let's do another one, guys. Here again, this time I'm playing white, black move, knight, NG. So apparently, that queen, no apparently to it, the queen moved down to H8. It was a check. The king decided to block the check. Actually, to some degree, he was forced to block because he couldn't move there and still be in check. Couldn't move there, he'd still be in check. Couldn't take the queen. So he is forced to block. Now the question is, well, what does white do now? What's the best move for white? Know your tactics. But first of all, look at your whole board. Look at your situation. One thing I noticed with white, white's controlling a lot of territory. Look at this. He's controlling. Look how much free reign this bishop's got. Look rook. Look how much free reign this rook has. Look how much territory this rook is threatening. Look at where the black king is located. People, I see a double attack here. All right, I see a double attack. Take that bishop, go right there. I put the bishop there, check. King takes. The queen takes, the black queen takes. Now I'm going to come back down, take the queen, and that's that. So I got that queen. Now he can take that rook. If he takes that rook, I'm going to take this rook. If the black king takes that rook, I'm either going to come over here and say check, or I'm going to take this queen right here and take his rook. So again, know your tactics. That was a double attack. Let's do another one. Let's really get familiar with this. All right, so what's the best move for white? Black did knight c4. What's the best move for white? Does anybody see it? Anybody got any suggestion? And let's sort of carefully look at our whole situation here. And it's got me stumped, guys. I may have to give this up. Ask the computer for the solution. No, it failed there. I'm going to do something crazy here and see if this is it. No, that wasn't it. Sacrificing your bishop wasn't a good idea. So I'm going to ask for the solution. And he's saying, oh, here's a solution. Really, you're setting up for a checkmate. If you move your queen to, what is it, d3, now he's looking at a checkmate. Because look, if that queen comes down here, protected by the bishop, it's going to be a checkmate. So what's black going to do? He moved there. It said puzzle complete. I lost 6 points because I had to ask the computer for help. All right, what's the best move for black in this situation? Look where my black pawn is. Just one square away from queenie. Just one square away. Bear one thing in mind, folks. The only forced move in chess is a check. But I'm going to come down here. He's going to come down there and say check. I'm going to block. He's going to take. Then I'm going to take. Now look. I got 2 rooks against his 1. I got 2 rooks against his 1. Now he may want to try to bring his bishop right here so that his rook and his bishop can be attacking me here. But I can either run away, or if he comes right there, my other rook takes. Guys, 2 rooks is just as good as a queen. 2 rooks working together is just as good as a queen. Let's do another puzzle. All right. Bishop captures 8-6. Now look at this situation. This is not good for black at all. What's black's best move? Well, black better do something that gets it out of that tough situation, because black's a hop, skip, and a jump from being checkmated. That pawn cannot take that bishop because it would put that black king in check. That'd be considered an illegal move. So we got to do something here to defend ourselves or pose a pretty big threat against black. Well, I'm going to do this. Puzzle fail. Yeah. I'm going to do this. Puzzle fail. Let's see what the solution is to this one, guys. Oh, look, I wasn't looking at the whole board. I should have seen it. Remember I said either you protect against that mate, do a better job in protecting against it, or you pose a greater threat. I missed it. Queen going right there, check. It's a forced move. He's got to get out of that. He's got to get out of that. And I promise this is the last one. It's your turn. What's the best move for white? All right, guys, let's think this through. And today is just not good for me. Oh, he says that was the best. That was the best move, so I got that one. But it says keep on going. Well, I tell you what. It says keep on going. Puzzle fail. Puzzle fail was the best move. Queen coming over? I didn't like that because the rook would come down and take. Oh, actually, that would be the best move because look, if that rook came down and took that queen, my response should be to come down here with my rook, put him in check. That queen would come down here and block. I'll just come over, boom, take the queen. It would have been a back rank checkmate. So you got to think 2-3 moves ahead. But anyway, you got my point here. Do the puzzles, do the puzzles, do the puzzles. Now, some things here called practice. There's certain things you may want to practice in chess. There we go. Piece checkmates, checkmate patterns, recognize the patterns. Basic checkmates, recognize the patterns. Interactive lesson, recognize the patterns, etc. If you're just beginning, I would suggest you start with piece checkmates, basic checkmates. Let's look at that. All right, guys. So it's your turn. It's white's turn. How would you do this? How would you do this? Here's one thing I would do. I would start backing up the black king. White's got a queen and a rook. You don't even need the king's help at all. One thing you got to do is back up the black king. I would go there. He goes there, moves out of check. Well, he doesn't move out of check. He just moves. Here we go. Check. Can't move forward. So you have to force him to move back. I'm going to keep backing him up. Oh, now he's going right there. I'm going to be conservative here because I don't want to go all the way down here because he would just take my rook. So I'm going to go right. I'm going to go back right there, protect my rook. He's going to go over. He's no longer a threat to my rook. What do? I can either move my queen down for checkmate or my rook. I'm going to move my rook down. All right. You didn't have to keep checking him and running him all over the board. All right, let's do another one. 2 rook mate. Same thing, people. You don't need to chase this guy over the board. You just back him up. Go right there. Black moves there. Check. Yep. He's threatening my rook. And keep backing him up. Take your time. He goes right there. I'm going to go right here. Keep backing him up. Go right there. Yep. Threaten my rook again. Protect my rook. Boom. That's it. All right. Now, let's do another one called queen and bishop mate. All right. I would still practice backing him up. But look, you got a light square bishop. Bear that in mind. Colors are very important in chess. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go right there. He's got to move. Check. He's got to go. Now I'm going to get right up on top of him. I'm going to get dead on top of him. My queen's protecting my bishop. My bishop's protecting my queen. I'm going to jump right on top of him. Yep. Yeah, I'm messing this up, guys. Here, I'm going to do this. And it's just, I'm going to do a little better job in backing him up. Back him up in the corner. Oh, goodness. And I'm going to get my king involved. We want to make sure we don't get this guy in stalemate. Check. Come on, let's keep backing him up. I almost got stalemate here. I got to be careful. Finally, got him in that corner. Took me a while. It took me longer than what it should have. All right, so you get the idea on that particular section. Basics, puzzles, practice, coordinates, study, coaches. Let's go to study real quick. Study what? Best opening traps, tactical training. You can look at games done by grandmasters, or done by grandmasters. This is a person right here. I'm going to click on this game right here because I actually met this grandmaster one time. No, it's not the game. But what you can do here, you can actually review the game. So you go here to D4, now it's black's move, hit in F6, white's move, just tap on it. And you can see exactly what they did, and you can start studying the game. All right? You hit it move by move and just study the game. So this is a real good website. This is why I really like this website. The basics, puzzles, practice, coordinate study, coaches. Then you can also do, I don't do this part very much. They said watch. So, TV, current games, streamers, broadcast, video library. Now, the video library, I do use that. That is really good. And again, though, you really need to know algebraic notation, how to record the games, how to read a recorded game. Go to your chess coach for that. You need to know the basics, how the pieces move, how the pieces capture, the strength and weaknesses of each piece. You need to consult with your chess coach on that. You need to understand the phases of a chess game, the open, the middle, the end. Once you have those things down pat, then these kind of, what I'm showing you right here really helps you out a lot. And I'm not going to show you too much on that. I'm just showing you some things here, some videos that you can listen to and read. It's good stuff. One of my favorite openings for white is called the Reti opening, R-E-T-I. I love watching the videos they have on that one. My openings for black that I prefer is the King's Indian Defense. They have real good videos on that. And then there's one type of opening here I know a lot of my students like. It's an opening for white called the fried liver attack. They like that a lot. All right, so we got that. Watch, community, talk about players, teams, forms. You can actually join teams. I'm not sure how you would form a team. I'm going to go here. I'm going to click on there. I'm not sure how you would form a team, but you can form a team or join a team. And then it says tools here, analysis board, opening floor, board editor, import game. Import game is where I guess you can save a game to a disk or something and then import it to this website on here, and you can review that. But let me go back here to play, create a game. All right. So it says right here, create a game. Look at this. Standard, just standard chess setup. Correspondence. You're not over the board. You're not face to face. So it's going to be done through LiChess. And then it says days per turn. You can do it as many as 3. I do 2. Don't want the game to go into too long. Do casual rating. You actually get a rating on this website. And in the rating range, now let's say you want to only play people who are like 600, minimum 600. I'm going to put there 750, and you want to go as high as 1550, something like that. I'm going to bring this back to 650. Trying to bring it down lower, but I can't. Then say 650 to 1550. And then you see these kings here, black, white, whatever. So you can just say, hey, prefer to play black, hit this one, doesn't matter what color I want to play, and then hit here, hit white. It says create a game. And then I did the wrong thing here, folks. I shouldn't have hit, yeah, then you hit rated. Yeah. Oh, I got to hit one of these kings here. So I'm going to hit black. I usually only play black. And then my name here, my username on this website is the Ville. So I put it on there, and I'm just waiting for somebody to accept my challenge. All right, I hit that create again. So I'm going to back out of here. Then I'm going to hit here, go here. Of course, you have the option to play with the computer. That's self-explanatory. But we here have the option to play with the game. Play with the friend. Standard, correspondence. Again, I'll usually do 2 days. I'm going to make it rated. And I'm going to play, say I want to play black. Now look, challenge to a game, correspondence, 2 days, rate it. Invite someone to play, then you just send them this link. So you just hit that, then hit control copy, and that's it. And then, or if you know your opponent's user link name, you can put it in there. I don't know anybody's name right offhand. But I got that saved. I don't want to cancel it. I'm getting out of this right, but we'll cancel it here. But you get the idea, all right? You get the idea how to do that. So you take it, and then you maybe go to your email, and you would challenge your friend. Let's do this real quick. Let's do this analysis board real quick. So I did E4. I'm just making this game up as we go. Let's say the computer did D4. I'm going to do, and they show me to do, well, we're just really analyzing this game here that's been played. Third move, then black did that, then white did that, and then black did that, then white went there, and just going like that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my own game. Nope, I'm going to do it like this. Play the ready opening. And they're suggesting the person goes there, but let's say they do that instead. And then in that case, they might go, they're suggesting I do that. I'll take that suggestion. And then they're suggesting I go here. Here's what I'm going to do here. I'll go right there. Check. And they're saying you should block with the pawn, or suggesting that. I like blocking with the bishop. Now they're suggesting that the bishop run away, and I will do that. And let me see here. Yeah, he's saying push up the pawn. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to bring my knight out, and then I'm going to castle. But it's a great thing to do. Now, if you actually have a game that you can review, you can use this, and the computer will give you some feedback on things. It's really nice. Now here, I just went to an analysis board. I'm just going to play. I'm going to do this. clear board, flip board, analysis board. It's not letting me do this as I want. But you get the idea, guys. You can do, you can play around with this, and you can really learn a lot. You can really, this is a great teaching site. I'm just sort of moving around here right now. All right. So let's play with the computer a little bit. It has different levels, 1 through 8. We'll play at level 2, and we'll sort of call it a day right now. If we play around here, let's give the computer an opportunity to beat me. So look, you play the white pieces, it's your turn. So I'm going to do my favorite opening, do the ready opening, see what the computer does in response. Ah, he does queen's opening. Okay. You go there. He's going to go right there. I'm going to do that. He's coming out here. I'm not going to accept that. Take that pawn. And I'm going to go right here. I'm go here. I'm trying to move out my pieces as quickly as possible. I want to develop so that I can castle. I like to castle early. So you notice right here by the 7th move I castle. I encourage my students to castle within the first 10 moves. You want to control the 4 center squares. So look, we're both doing a good job controlling the 4 center squares. I'm occupying 2 of the 4 center squares. That's good. I got my pieces developed except for my knight. I need to get that knight developed as soon as possible. But this dark square bishop's free to come out. I got this light square bishop here in the fianchetto. So it's my move. I'm going to bring my knight out. And he brought his knight out. Go right here. And I'll tell you why I did that. I only did that so I was going to put this bishop on the fianchetto. And it's fianchetto is just a fancy way of saying the long diagonal. So you notice he moved the knight there. Let's look at the board. Let's carefully look at things. Are there any negative consequences, long-term consequences to taking that knight? I would say the only problem I have with it is that we're going to push that. It gives this black an opportunity to push that pawn. I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so he's going after that. I'm not in a position to, well, yes, I am. I'll go ahead and defend that. Wow, look at that pawn structure. It's really got me messed up as far as my knights are concerned. You notice that there aren't too many safe places where my knights can go. And that's not good, people. Yeah, so he's threatening my queen and my knight. I mean, my rook, and I've lost. I mean, that's it. That's it. And he's going to do a pawn storm here, which I don't like. Check. Oh man, I can't take it. So it looks like mate's inevitable. I got it. It looks like mate's inevitable. So, well, it's a good thing to play these computers, guys. So I hope I've gone long enough in talking about this. Hope we've done the full hour. And then we're going to talk about this again in the next video. Talk more. It's more going to be like a review on how to use this website, different aspects of the website. And again, it's lichess.org. It's free to use. It's free to use. Good to have your get an email address, and it's good to get your username on here so that you can challenge your friends or your friends can challenge you. All right, guys, appreciate it.